Izzy and I made it to the top of the hill. It's a workout, but it's so beautiful when we get up here right at sunrise. This full moon over here is amazing. And then over here we've got the sunrise behind the mountain, and the video does not give it justice. Do you want to say hi, Izzy? You want to say hi? Yeah. Just getting our morning workout. I've been doing this most mornings, not every morning, but most mornings, getting out and getting a bunch of steps in first thing, and it always feels really good. Also, to see the sunrise first thing in the morning, so good. But yeah, it's been great and a good way to start the day. Yeah, so I'm going to take you guys on a what I eat in a day video today. Not just what I eat, I guess, what I do in a day, because this doesn't involve eating, but here I am. So I guess I will see you at breakfast. All right, I do get pretty hungry in the morning these days with not drinking coffee first thing and then getting out and doing my exercise. So it is only 7:40, but I'm going to go ahead and have breakfast. It's going to be kind of a weird breakfast, but you put eggs on anything, turns it into breakfast. So these are leftover roasted Brussels sprouts and a few roasted carrots with bacon. I just roasted them in the bacon grease and like thyme and garlic and all the good stuff. And then I wanted a little bit more protein than the eggs, and so I am going to throw in some taco meat. So totally weird combination, but I think it'll be good. All right, there is breakfast. The only thing it's missing is some smoked salt, so I'm going to do the new apple pecan on top of my eggs here. Hey, this is not for you. You got your own food. I know. I know. Didn't quite make it through. I had this much left over, but I did want a little bit of something warm, so I'm going to make a cup of my dairy-free hot cocoa. I'll probably add a little bit of Element to that, one of the new chocolate flavors probably. Maybe chocolate raspberry. That's fun. Yeah, probably chocolate, well, actually chocolate caramel. Can't go wrong with chocolate caramel and hot cocoa. So I make my hot cocoa mix unsweetened so I can add whatever sweetener I want. And I think half a packet of Element isn't quite enough sweetness. So I'm going to add a little bit of stevia. This is just the Trader Joe's stevia. Hopefully that's not too much. Perfect. It is time for lunch, and I am going to make a shake. And I've been making my keto chows a little bit differently recently because I've just found that I really need to go higher on the protein and lower on the fat. Just seems like it does better for my body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the chocolate malt keto chow. Yes, this is the secret flavor. It was just revealed. So it's safe to say on here, so good. We released a video of us tasting it, but of course we couldn't give a whole lot of information beyond just a yes or a no. And but yes, this is the flavor that we were tasting. It's super good, so delicious. Like my husband, he said when we tasted it, he said, because he didn't know what it was, and he guessed chocolate vanilla swirl, and that was actually a really good guess because it tasted like chocolate vanilla soft serve, like that you'd get that's swirled together. That's just what it tasted like. So good. So I'm going to do the chocolate malt. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of butter. I love doing keto chow with 2 ounces of butter or 4 tablespoons. But like I said, I need to go a little bit lower on fat. not cutting it out, 2 tablespoons still. And then I'm going to add in a scoop of the Equip Prime Protein. That's going to bump the protein in the shake up from 26 to 46 grams, which is what I'm pretty happy with per meal. So what I do is I put my butter, my 2 tablespoons of butter in the Vitamix. I put hot water over that. And when I'm doing the extra protein version, I will do about 7 ounces of hot water. And then I will put in my powders and I will blend that up. And then I add in about 14 ounces of ice. And so this makes a really, really big shake. And then I blend that up and I get my milkshake consistency that I really love. I have some chicken tenders that I need to use up, and I was thinking of breading them and doing like a chicken parmesan with using some of my protein breading and some Parmesan cheese, of course. And then I still have a couple packages of healthy noodle in the fridge from Costco. I've talked about these before. They're a pretty good noodle substitute. I haven't had them for a while, but I figured I'd go ahead and make some kind of a pasta dish with some sauce, some different cheeses. I have this ricotta cheese also that I need to figure out something to do with. I got it for some experimenting. Well, I got 2 of them for experimenting. I used one, and then this one was left, and I need to use it. So a lot of stuff I just need to use up. So I'm gonna get those chicken tenders breaded and then throw together the pasta. So you don't want to really cook the noodles. They're just ready to go as is. You just barely want to heat them up so they're pleasant. So I'm gonna heat up the sauce in the microwave. Then I'm gonna toss the noodles in it. And then I will add the cheese, and then I will microwave it just long enough to melt the cheese a little bit and heat up the noodles. And that is dinner. I had some creamies in the freezer, so I decided to whip up one. That looks good. Looks like soft serve. This is actually very similar to the keto chow I had at lunch, because it's just chocolate keto chow with a scoop of chocolate prime protein, and I added a little bit of allulose like I normally do to creamies, and I added a little bit of Element. I think just chocolate Element, and 2 tablespoons of butter, same as what I had for lunch. So I'm going to eat some of this. I will not eat the whole thing. That would be too much. But just as a little dessert, I was going to have some chocolate ice cream. Charity wanted to try it.
It's like yogurt.
Yeah, the prime protein makes it really like fluffy.
Pretty good. Just one more little scoop. That's it.
And you said you wanted to try putting in some of those RX sugar bars in there? The chocolate or the caramel?
Chocolate.
That would be good. Renee, you want to come try some?
Yeah, I think.
Did you bring a spoon?
No, I think
go
we
get
should put the caramel ones in there.
Yeah, that would be really good.
The caramel.
You need to stop eating my ice cream, child. All right, try it real quick.
Okay. It's so perfectly like swirled inside. Tastes weird.
Yes or no?
Tastes fine.
Tastes fine, but you're not like dying over it.
Yeah.
But you guys keep eating it somehow. So this is the amount of ice cream I'm having. I'd say it's probably about 1/3 of the creamy container. And that will be my dessert. Now I'm going to go over my calories and macros and then my blood sugar data for the day. So I don't know how I was able to manage it, but this came out to exactly 2,000 calories. I probably couldn't repeat that if I wanted to, but it was kind of fun to see that. I got a lot of protein in today, 205.3 grams of protein, 109.8 grams of fat, and then I got 42.1 total carbs or 23.9 net carbs. I did have a fair amount of vegetables today, so it was a little bit higher of a carb day than normal. Now on to what my blood sugar did for the day. I do use NutriSense for my CGMs. They have an amazing app and an amazing CGM program. They even have nutritionists on staff that you can talk to and like get information about your blood sugar and learn all the ins and outs. They can give you ideas. It's a really, really great program. I am an affiliate with them, and so they give me a little bit of a kickback anytime someone clicks my link and puts in their email address for more info. So if you do want to support my channel, that's a super easy and free way for you to do that. So you don't even have to make a purchase in order for me to get that kickback, but then you will get all of that info about NutriSense if you're interested in that. Okay, on to the food. I got really good scores on all of my meals. Everything, I got a score of 100. So even with all those Brussels sprouts and carrots with my breakfast, I still started with a blood sugar of 95, and then 2 hours later had a blood sugar of 97. So that was beautiful. My lunch, I started with a blood sugar of 88, ended 2 hours later with a blood sugar of 93. So still got a 100 score on that one. My dinner, I started with a blood sugar of 89, ended with a blood sugar of 91 2 hours later. So again, 100 score on that one. And my dessert also was 100 score, 90, started at 92, and then 2 hours later was at 85. So I talked the other week about glucose variability, and so let's go and check that as well as my average. So my average blood sugar was 94 milligrams per deciliter, and I talked in that video before about how that average is interesting to look at, especially within the same CGM, but from CGM to CGM, it can vary so much that it's not the most important thing to look at. What is a little bit more important, or also important, is the variability. That's how much your blood sugar goes above or below baseline. And you want to have that below 20 for sure, and ideally below 14. And I had a variability of 6 today. So that was very, very good. Very happy with that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this What I Eat in a Day video today. If you are interested in NutriSense, check out the link down in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one.